Hey, good Wednesday evening, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with a look at all of the weather that we have coming up over the next week. One thing for sure, we are not going to be bored in the weather department, so we've got lots and lots to talk about. On TV, I only had 3 minutes, and I didn't even have a weather segment at the end of the show. So if you need a little more information, check out my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. I put a big post on there this morning. Weather for Weather Geeks is kind of my more technical weather video that you can find on ericwfmj.com and also wfmj.com/weather, our station weather website. This video won't be as technical as Weather for Weather Geeks, but we're still going to get a little more in-depth than we have time for on TV. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about temperatures, because that's going to be a huge story over the next several days. I don't even have to plot up the actual temperatures here, and you can see the variation from south to north across the U.S. today. Warm in the south, and then progressively colder and colder as you go off to the north. Not only plot up the actual temperatures here, and behind our Arctic cold front, these are the kinds of readings we have out across the Midwest. It's down below 0 now in Fargo, 9 in Minneapolis. Look at these temperatures up in parts of Canada. And it only gets worse as you go up to the north into the northern territories. Just for fun, let's show you some of these temperatures. There's Old Crow, minus 40 there on the border of Alaska and the northwestern territories of Canada. Now, we did crack freezing here locally today, but it's the last time we're going to do that for a while. And here in the 8 o'clock hour on this Wednesday evening, we're still at 31 degrees at the Youngstown Warren Airport at this hour. All right, so that's the temperatures. Now, here's a look at the radar. The radar has not been particularly active just yet. Warm front has pushed off to the east. That's with this precipitation right out here. That's the warm front. The cold front is still back here across parts of Michigan and into parts of Canada as well. This is the cold front that's going to track our way overnight and really make the radar a little more active. A lot of the snow shower activity that you see up in parts of Michigan right now, this is what's going to pivot in as we go through the overnight and into tomorrow. It'll be enough to coat the ground in spots and maybe even give some places an inch or even 2 inches before tomorrow is through. We'll see that here on Futurecast. There goes the front this evening. And in its wake, tomorrow turns windy and the temperature falls all day. And we're going to have to keep a close eye on how this might set up with some lake enhancement. Now, of course, Lake Erie is mostly frozen now, but Lake Huron is not. And so some of these bands that come off of Lake Huron may survive down into northeast Ohio. If that turns out to be the case, then there could be some surprise amounts somewhere, especially up in the snowbelts in Geauga, Lake, Ashtabula, eastern Cuyahoga counties. But even northern Trumbull, northern Mercer, I guess I wouldn't be shocked if some of these bands end up being realistic. I wouldn't be shocked if someone up there got a surprise 3 inches during the course of tomorrow, but that'll be the exception. For most of us, it's a coating to an inch, perhaps even 2, and it does bear watching where these lake-enhanced bands do go. Now, we get a break in the action Friday. We're between fronts on Friday. It's going to be cold, but it will be uneventful on Friday with less wind. But then, here comes Saturday, and this is a real ugly-looking afternoon coming up on Saturday. We stop the clock here at noon. Strong low pressure north of Lake Erie. The wind coming straight out of the north by now, and the temperature plummeting. Snow showers and squalls firing up, and, locally the visibility can be reduced quickly in any of these heavier squalls. There's going to be a lot of blowing snow as a result of all the wind, and I think a lot of us have a decent chance of picking up 1, 2, maybe even 3 inches or so worth of snow on Saturday. But back in the near term, again, I want to emphasize for tonight and heading into tomorrow, snow amounts are going to be pretty nominal. Here we go with tonight into first thing tomorrow morning. Trace coating, maybe up to a ½ inch in some spots. Then we get another coating to an inch or so worth of snow in some spots tomorrow. Again, these amounts will depend a lot on if we get any of those lake-enhanced bands coming all the way down from Lake Huron. If that's the case, yeah, someone might get a couple of inches of snow tomorrow. For a lot of us, candy coating to an inch worth of new snow during the course of Thursday. Boy, let's talk about the wind. Starting with Thursday morning, already the wind is starting to pick up, and it's only going to get stronger. Check out these wind gusts by Thursday evening. We could be talking about wind gusts topping out around 30 miles per hour or so. If you happen to be traveling east on the PA Turnpike or Interstate 80, the winds will be even stronger on the ridges over there, the higher elevations, so watch out for that. We get a break from the wind on Friday, but then here with the second system on Saturday, look how windy it's going to turn by evening. If you've got a Valentine's night date night planned, be prepared for some serious cold and wind. Wind gusts late Saturday could top out pretty close to 40 miles per hour. All right, wind chills will be at their warmest Thursday morning. No 2-hour delays for the schools Thursday morning. Won't be cold enough for that. It'll be one of those reverse days, though, where it's actually much colder at the end of the day. We'll get these wind chills by Thursday evening, 10 to maybe 15 below. Friday morning, similar. Some schools might be off on Friday, but those who are in session will probably have some 2-hour delays on Friday. And then we'll fast forward to Saturday night and Sunday, because this is when it gets really ugly. These are the dangerous wind chills, 25 below in some spots, as we kick off Sunday. If you're heading off to services or doing anything outside on Sunday, most of us, of course, don't have to work outside. We get out of our house, get it right into the car, that sort of thing. But if you have to spend more than a handful of minutes outside for any reason Sunday morning, take the proper precautions, because frostbite can set in very quickly. The circled area is kind of the zone we're going to be in. The temperature Sunday morning around -5, wind speeds 10 to 25 miles per hour. So yeah, that's going to create a wind chill down in the 20s below 0 for Sunday morning. The wind will diminish Sunday afternoon. Now the 7-day forecast, these are some pretty remarkable numbers here. Our coldest February high temperature on record in Youngstown is 3, back in 1971. We got a shot at breaking that on Sunday. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see if I can get rid of that. All right. On Sunday, with our forecast high of 2, if that were to verify, that would be the coldest February day ever, or at least on record, here in Youngstown. And look at the low temperature Sunday night, -10. So school delays Monday morning would be a sure bet, except it's President's Day, so most kids are off Monday morning. But record lows are going to be challenged Saturday night and Sunday night, probably smashed Sunday night. I think the record low is 4 below Sunday night. We should smash that. Again, here's the list of coldest February high temperatures. 3 is the record on the first day of February 1971. Our forecast for Sunday is 2. And then after that, we might be dealing with a storm during the middle of next week. Way too early to figure that one out, but just kind of giving you an early heads up that once we're done with the weekend, we're probably not done with pretty nasty wintry weather. Next week is looking like no picnic as well. So stick with us on social media and on 21 News tonight at 11. I'll have an update with the latest computer models at 11 o'clock, so be sure and tune in to the late news for the latest information, and I will be checking in morning, noon, and night, as always, on social media right through the weekend and beyond. Put meteorologist in front of my name to find me on Facebook if you don't follow me there, and I'm Eric WFMJ on Twitter. Thanks for watching.